Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Sorry, we're a little behind schedule today. Just waiting on Elwa, who is making his way over. Hope everyone's having a lovely Friday. Before we start, thanks for the love in the chat. Sirach, thank you. Hey, Silent Paul. Hi. Justin, how's it going? There he is, the man, the legend. Hey, Blaine, yes, we take questions. So drop your questions in the chat. Happy to answer them. So yeah, I guess, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, doing all right. What you got? What do you have on your radar these days? What have you been working on?
We got the new Apollo Light prototype done. So the Light V2, we're going to be revealing the V1 soon. So that's pretty cool. We finalized the lock that we show in the campaign of the Pro Kickstarter in Indiegogo, the crowdfunding. We got the second prototype now and it looked fantastic. It's the exact same thing as in the render you're seeing. So this as well, probably going to make a video showing the V1 and then the V2. Yeah, it's nice. It's something when we were in China, we went to the factory and we spent, I think, 3 hours explaining what we wanted.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing that if we didn't go there and explain to them in person, it will never
Who
happen.
knows what's going to happen?
So yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Cool.
Yeah, we're just very excited for people to get the Pro. We finally got all the firmware updates for the IoT, the controller, for everything to work perfectly. So today we're going to get the version of the app that we can control the scooter, see the scooter. So that's pretty cool. We couldn't do it before from the back end, but now having it in the front end of the app, it's going to look so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of new interesting updates.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And yeah, we've got some boxes here that we would love to show everyone. So this is something we've been working on for a while. Scooter serviceability is a pretty big topic and something we've been putting a big focus on, specifically with the Pro. Our choice of selecting drum brakes and not disc brakes was a big reason for that. Self-healing tires, all that kind of stuff, all feeds towards how do we make sure that your scooter doesn't break down? And if it does break down, how do we make sure that we can fix it as quickly as possible? And so one of the things we've tried to do is we've tried to think about, rather than replacing a specific screw or replacing a specific subcomponent, how do we make the process as easy as possible? And rather than just replacing that one thing, you actually have a kit that you can, for the most part, plug and play and do that swap yourself.
And it comes with the tool that you need to replace it. So
yeah. So here we've got our beautiful, sexy little box for the stem of the City 2022. I guess 2023. It says air on it right now, so please ignore that because that's a misprint. But so look, you've got a very.
We always do misprint for the versions on controllers.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't figured that out yet, but it comes packaged sort of like the way that it should, fully protected, and you can see that you've got your spanner wrench as well, and you've got your screws there too. So that's the stem, and then we also have the box here for the City 2023 upgrade kit for the handlebar assembly. So getting brand new display, you've got your turn indicators, you've got your folding latch. Look at that beautiful box. There's a little message as well from Elwan there for everyone who's going to get this. And I guess like one of the interesting points about this approach that I think is going to be amazing for customers is these aren't just upgrade kits. These are going to be how we handle repairs moving forward. So let's say, you're a City 2022 rider, you have an issue with your display, and, we're going to send you, instead of sending you just the display, we're going to send you the full upgrade kit. So now you're actually getting the spare part kit for the handlebar assembly of the 2023. So you're actually gaining functionality, you're gaining hardware specs and features as well. So this is kind of one of the ways where we are effectively, when you are part of the Apollo ecosystem, you're kind of future-proofing your ride. You're getting access to all of the hardware specs through, warranty replacements and servicing as well. So I think that's like an added byproduct and a sort of an extra plus for customers.
That makes pretty much all the repairs only 2 or 3 screws away, like from being fixed by having those kits. And the handlebar is a perfect example. You have just the 2 screws. Same thing as when you set up the scooters, compared to, let's say, you want to replace a display or the throttle or just to be clear, some little component like this, like the brake handle, if you just want this, we're still going to offer it. But instead of having to open the display, unconnect everything, it's a pain, and you need to know, like, to be comfortable with all those electronic. Now it's 2 screws, 1 connector, and it's a better experience for our customer service because, for sure, we ordered a bunch of those, and for the customer as well. And when you receive something in a box like this, well, you inspire confidence in the product.
Right. For sure, and makes it, that you don't need like a full garage full of tools to fix your scooter. You actually just plug and play as quickly as possible. So super excited for that. And it's not just for the city. We've got it for the city. We've got it for the Air. We're working on it for the Phantom as well, which is that was a challenge for sure, but we were able to figure it out. So we've got a lot of these kind of rolling out, and you'll start to see that we're kind of moving away from individualized spare parts towards these assemblies moving forward. So super excited for that. Cool. So maybe we can hop in and answer a few questions. Eloi, why is your name pronounced Eloi? Because it's French.
I'm not even sure it's pronounced like this. Maybe it's a hot debate.
Still figuring it out. Maybe we'll start a poll. How do you want to pronounce Eloi? Received an email the other day actually, and someone thought your name was Elon. So you're on the right track, I guess. Beta delivery dates. I think there's an email scheduled to go out really soon to provide some updates on that. For Canada, what I know is they're on the way. So you'll be able to pick them up soon. For the US, we'll have that update provided in the email.
On the way to us.
Yeah, on the way to us.
Canada.
Yeah, exactly. So we were able to, shout out to Annie, our logistics manager, who was able to, between like the 2 days when the Port of Vancouver was off strike, she was able to get that container off the ship and onto a truck and the hell out of the port on the way to us through probably like spamming emails to, whoever was responsible at the port. And we got them out, and then the port is back on strike. So thankfully, no further delays there, which was great. So thank you, Annie, for that. And then, so Blaine, question, while the Pro's frame is technically a unibody design, have you looked into casting the entire frame in a single piece in the future, similar to Tesla? And if so, what are the challenges?
Even for it's technically a single piece, but we weld the neck to the body, and the footrest is a different one. But even this piece being that big of a cast, we had to reach out to a car manufacturer to add. They are the one with such big mold for this. The problem with casting the whole thing at once is when you do the neck, for example, the neck is a lot more solid in casting. It's forging, and you don't want to cast the neck because it's not as strong. And we have a lot of small details in the neck for all the wires to pass inside for the charging port. So we would still need to CNC the neck, and CNCing the neck attached to the body. Well, then it would be impossible to fit the whole thing in the machine, or it would require a lot of a specialized machine. So for now, we think it's better to have different type of manufacturing for different components that require different, that has a different stress level put on them, such as the neck. So yes, it would be really nice to just do and it's ready. But not for now. Maybe for other models like the Light and the Explorer, those shape are very different from what we're doing now. So that would maybe allow it. But for the Pro, and because of the weight limit that we have on it that is so big and it's tested for 10,000 kilometers, we need some part to be forged material. And we couldn't do the whole scooter forged because it would be so heavy and expensive. So. Right. Interesting suggestion, but as of now, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, and especially now, I mean, if you think about the Pro pricing, that's something we've been getting a lot of feedback from. People are wondering why is the Pro so expensive, and it's because of decisions like this that we've made in terms of robustness of the product. But definitely a good suggestion. Thank you for that. So there are a few questions on shipping updates. We have emails coming out, so we're not going to go into all of that. You will receive an email with all the ETAs. What I do know is starting to finally get a bunch of our stock back, so I expect a lot of movement on that front for everyone. City stem upgrade. Yeah, I guess.
So the old one, there's two main differences. The stem itself, right now, we keep the weld around the folding mechanism. Before that, we were grinding it to be all smooth. And it was cracking in some instance. It's the same neck for the air and the same stem and folding for the air and the city, but the city having so much more torque, it was prone to crack. So on the new one, we keep the weld, and we also change the folding mechanism. And the folding mechanism being welded to the stem, it need to come as one upgrade kit that's gonna include both. And just to be clear, even when the stem snap, it's still attached. Like you cannot just remove it. So it's still safe, but not ideal, obviously.
Right. Yeah, it's a visual thing more than anything else. But then, I guess other stuff that's changed on this is the folding mechanism itself is different, right?
Yeah, the folding is the same as the. Well, you can see it in our CD 2022 versus 2023 video, but it's the same as the Pro, and it's the same that's going to be on all our lineup except the Phantom.
Yeah. Have we finalized? Are we done with folding mechanisms now? Are we happy?
I think so.
We'll
I thought
see,
so
I
last
guess.
year too, but it's really good this one.
Yeah, and I think it kind of just goes to our philosophy, right? We're always looking to improve, and I think what's really nice about these assemblies is that we can now target upgrades specifically through assemblies rather than having to do a City 24 or City 25, City 26. Moving away from that kind of like annualized product launch towards just targeting specific areas where we have potential design improvements or manufacturing improvements, and then also making sure that all customers have access to those through very simple ways to replace. So kind of slowly getting to the point where the scooter is actually becoming a bit more modular, which is really cool. To the point where we were talking about, well, can someone technically buy all of these kits and assemble their own scooter with all the kits? And potentially it is doable. So if anyone feels like
maybe we're gonna start seeing some Frankenstein.
Exactly.
Different parts together.
Exactly. So in terms of when the stem assembly is going to be live on the site, I actually don't have a
I don't know. I know we have a couple at the warehouse now for people that it was urgent. They're all on their way. I'm not sure about the exact date, but
we'll let you know. You'll see them on the site as soon as they become available. So yeah, since we're talking about the City, will the City 23 battery be compatible in the City 2022?
Yep, it fit. We didn't change anything to the body. It's just cell with bigger capacity. So yes, you're going to be able to fit it. On the City 23, we are putting bigger screws to hold the battery in place because they were so small and very hard to put. So you might require a washer since you're going to have the smaller screw with the smaller hole in your frame to make sure that it's holding on the bracket. But there's enough space. Yes, it will fit.
Cool. So yeah, Phantom shipping dates, email coming your way. And then same Austin for the upgrade kit for the City. What I actually do know is they've arrived and we've begun fulfilling those. So yes, you should have hopefully some movement on that over the course of next week. Corey wants to know about a charging brick that provides adjustable charging limits. I think the Segway GT2 does this, right?
So with the G2, you can limit it with the app, with the Smart BMS, which is great. That's a feature that we don't have in our BMS. There's some chargers like Fluid Freeride has that there's a dial on it, and you can change the amount of amp that you're shooting and the 70%, 80%, whatever, to preserve the battery. We don't have one for now. I did request it to our charger supplier. For some reason, it's harder to do than we thought. But yeah, we're working on it. The good news is that on the Lite, on the Explorer, on the Pro, on the City, it's all the same charging ports. So in theory, we should be able to offer one charger that's going to fit all of those things, all of those models. So yes, we are looking into it.
Yeah, in theory, right? Big disclaimer there. Okay, Blaze Mad King. I am 6'1", weigh 90 kilograms. Is the Apollo Air 23 good enough for me? I don't have the budget for the City.
Congrats. As Apollo Air, yes. I mean, the City, like strength-wise, it's very solid. And right now it's on the rig actually at the factory, and we're testing with 170 kilos on it. So it's definitely strong enough to make sure you're safe, and you still have like the selfie tires. You have the new folding, the new handlebar. You have everything that the City has except the rear turning signal, and obviously, the C suspension at the front and back. So I would say yes. If it's your first scooter, that's the perfect one to start with, and you're still going to go at 35 kilometers per hour, which is above the speed limit everywhere. So I would say yes, and I'm sure what's going to happen, you're going to buy it, you're going to ride it this year. Next year, you're going to be looking for something more powerful. That's a natural journey. And those scooters are just not really losing any value. So it's almost like an investment. Next year, you're going to be able to sell it. And you know that if you buy it with us and we do release a new model, well, there's going to be upgrade kit to support it. So you're going to be able to resell it without any problem, and then maybe upgrade to the CD or whatever scooter.
Right. Yeah,
you
exactly.
desire.
You got like a Air 22.5 or 23.5. And another thing actually that's interesting is one of our financing partners, Affirm, has just changed some of their financing terms. So soon we're going to be able to offer 24 months with no interest payments. So that is going to go a long way towards making some of these purchases a little bit more affordable as well. So keep an eye out for that. City Pro for Australia, that's a Chris question. Chris is out of office today. So I'm not sure, sorry.
But it's going to be there.
But it will be there for sure.
They order it. So maybe just reach out to Electric Kicks or Scooter Hut.
Right.
But yeah, we are in Australia.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Corey, sorry, we missed your question the first time, but I see it here. Have you considered making or selling some sacrificial stick-on plastic rails for the undercarriage of the Apollo Pro to protect the exposed controller from high centering on curbs?
I heard that before. I don't think so until someone showed me that they scratched the controller and it's a problem. I don't think so. And you can go see the video from Ride and Glide, yeah, on YouTube. They're going off-road, like the max I think that the Pro can take on big routes, and everything is fine under the scooter. So and even me, I'm jumping every curve, I'm trying to go up the curve, I'm really trying to damage it and I can't. I'm not even touching under it. So for now, no, but that would be indeed a good solution if we see that this is becoming a problem, to have some nylon rail on each side that's going to take the bump.
Yeah, so Elwaz, our stunt man, he tries to break everything. You're still here in one piece, so I guess we're doing a good job. But yeah, like Elwaz said, I think if we see that there is an issue, I think we, in the past, and we'll continue to do this, if we know that there's something wrong with our scooters, we provide the fix for our customers, right? So
in the wheelchair, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, something to keep in mind moving forward. Does the Pro come with a fast charger?
Yes, it's a 4 amp charger, 52 volts. So that's a 200 and something watt charger. It's a very fast charger from out of the box. You have it, and we do, for now that's going to be the fastest you're going to be able to charge the Pro, because 4 amp is already fast. So yes.
Yeah, how long would it take, do you think, to charge full?
It's 30 amp the battery. It's 4 amp per hour. So you're looking at what? 6 hours, roughly.
Cool. Austin, in terms of pickups for the Pro Beta, so you will receive an email with a link to schedule an appointment to pick it up. So we'll make sure that the Pro is ready for you, all set up so that you can actually, if you'd like, just ride it on the way home out of the store. So looking forward to that. And then Johans, will you be showcasing the Apollo Light 2024?
Yeah, I think in 2 weeks we're going to be posting a video. I still need to make the actual video, but we have it. We've been writing it. That's going to be a great scooter. Again, it's so different from the Pro. It's like the opposite end, but it's just as solid as the Pro. Like it feels. There's no other entry-level scooter, small scooter like this that I rode that feel like this. It's great, and this is the first prototype, which feel as strong as the 6th iteration of the Pro. So. Now we are going to get the second one. So yes, we're going to be showing it, and I think people are going to be very excited about it.
Yeah, I think it's honestly, we think about and reflect on the progress we've been able to make from a manufacturing and production standpoint, even from a testing quality control standpoint, where we were. I joined Apollo 2 years ago, and where we are today, it's miles and miles and miles ahead, and we see that with our prototypes as well. The community maybe doesn't see that, but we do. We used to get a V1 of a prototype and it was awful. Now we get a V1 of a prototype and it's almost ready for market. So a lot of progress there. I'm excited for everyone to see the light. It is going to be a game changer. Will the Pro kickstand version be available for the Phantom V3 as an upgrade part?
No, because the Pro, the kickstand goes in the frame. There's a cutout for it, so it's flush, and the spring system and everything is like within this. So for that reason, it would be impossible to put it on the Phantom.
Mm-hmm. And then How are the Apollo Pro customizations coming along?
So the seat, we have what? Seat, rain cover. That's it. Yeah. Well, rain cover. Okay, I posted it on Facebook, and everybody was shitting on it. So
really?
yeah. So
What were they saying? Were they saying it looked like looked stupid or something?
Yeah, but people say the same thing about seats, and seats they're just great for scooter. Well, it was ugly. Okay, like I think we could have done. I don't think we could have done a better job just because the wheel is so small on a scooter, and when you add something that usually go on a real scooter, a moped, it just looked out of proportion. So yeah, no rain cover for now. Maybe if you do a signed petition to bring it back, I'll consider it. For the seat, we have the V1 like we showed. We had the V2, V3. Now we have the V4, the one that we can see in the campaign. Right now, all the engineering effort is on the Light and the Explorer. And when we are done with those two, which we are as of August 1st, I'm going to be switching to the seat and other accessory like this. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the live, we secured the second prototype of the lock. That seems to be working really well. So you have the seat, that's going to be easy to do. The lock, that was the hardest, that now is secure. We have the mirrors as well for the Pro. I have them here. That's just pretty easy to do. So I would consider those three the main accessories that are all, except for the seat, we have all of them.
Yeah, I think like as we get as we start launching out, I guess these new products that I've had in our pipeline for a really long time, we are thinking about, well, how do we create more accessories, custom kind of Apollo accessories for all of these models. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of engineering work that goes into that. And obviously from you guys, anything that you want to see, anything that you like, let us know so that we know where to focus our priorities. Blaze, I tried my friend's old Apollo Air Pro, and ever since I wanted my own e-scooter. Thanks for your reply. Look forward to enjoying my Air 2023. We look forward to you enjoying it as well. Will we ever ship to Norway? Potentially.
Don't have a deal,
I don't know.
I don't
know. Chris is, yeah. We're honestly, we don't know all the answers because we're also busy working on the different things that we're working on. But maybe Chris in the future can touch base on.
I think exactly Norway, is it Norway that 7% of the population has a scooter?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's Norway. So I think, yeah, it would be a very interesting market for sure. And I know we talked about it before, or we actually have a deal there. I'm not sure, but reach out to CX and they're going to tell you they have the complete list.
Austin, I got an email about a quad lock case for my phone from you guys. Will that arrive when the quad lock comes for the beta?
What?
I didn't understand. Will that arrive when the quad lock comes?
So we got all the quad lock at the office. We got 1,000 of them. It's like a box of chocolate when you open them. So they're all like aligned. It's so nice. So yeah, in the case, usually they are shipped from 3 to 4 days. I think after you pass the order. So you should have everything ready for when you get your Pro.
Will there be a video coming for the latest iteration of the Explorer?
Yes. So what's happening with the Explorer? It was really hard to switch from the V1 to the V2. Usually it's very quick. Like the Light, it took 30 days. And the Pro, usually it takes like 2 months. For the Explorer, it took a year and a bit. I was writing the Explorer last summer, the V1, and I still don't have the V2. This morning, we got it. So I need 45 days to do it. So at the end of August, September, like in September, I should get it, send my feedback, and around end of September, we should be able to post a video about it. But yeah, we're all super excited about this one, and it's killing me to have to wait that long for this. But there was some major improvement required. Like people were really complaining about the battery, and like we mentioned, we want like the little hump on it. It seems like we are able to get it now at 14-15 amp hour, so that's a great capacity for it. It's still in 52 volt. We're able to increase the power of the motors. We're able to add like a lock for the battery, a bunch of things that we learned from the Pro that we integrated in there, like the headset or the folding, those kind of things. So it was a complete redesign that was required, plus a rear suspension. So it's going to be worth the wait. Yeah.
All right. You mentioned in the past that you're reducing your scooter SKU count. What do you see as the surviving SKUs into the future? So definitely the Pro. definitely the Explorer, definitely the Light, the City, and the Era are here for next little bit. But I would say those are the
all the scooters that looks alike.
Yeah.
Like they're from the same family. That's
Yeah.
what we're investing in.
Mhm. How much for a new Phantom battery? Miko, I would reach out to support. They'll definitely be able to help you out with that. Because the V3 upgrade broke mine. Yeah, I would chat with support just to make sure exactly what happened in your specific case. They'll be able to help you. Do you have a rear rack for the Beta Pro?
No, a rear rack. I would imagine something you like a seat or to put in your car at a rear rack.
Maybe I guess for the seat or something, because you can put like a bag behind you or something.
With the seat, yeah, we have one, but just for the Pro itself, like a link to the platform. No, I did make a concept a long time ago, but I'm just gonna make one with the seat. Make more sense.
Yeah. Tim, shout out Tim's Electric. Norway has some epic support for electric vehicles, probably the best in the world. EVs everywhere. Yeah, Norway seems to be ahead of the curve on a lot of things. The city's my favorite. Love it. Appreciate that. Glad that you are enjoying your city.
Thank you for all the great reviews and videos too.
Justin was asking about the volume of the Apollo Pro speaker being at 50 decibels advertised on the Indiegogo page.
Yeah, I think that's just a spec that I didn't double confirm. It's too loud. Like, well, if you are concerned about the volume of it, it's just too much. So
yeah, we have to double check that, because I mean, me and Owa had some conversations about it being too loud. So I think 50 is maybe an incorrect spec there. So we'll figure that out and get that.
I know there's an app on the phone to check that. So I think we'll just check after this live and update it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 90 or 100. Yeah.
Austin, what testing did you do for the kickstand integrity and the ability to keep the scooter from falling over for the Pro and the City? Well, for the Pro, I think falling over from like a physics standpoint is not really something that would happen.
Yeah, the Pro 2 kickstand is like fantastic. It's the best. It's just when you go, like if you're off-road and there's a bunch of roots, like you need the ground to be flat to put it, or like in the grass, it's fine. But it's pretty testing, confirming when you try it. For the City, well, it's just honestly like any other scooter, like at the leaning angle that you don't want the wind to tip it over, and you want the kickstand to be strong enough. We do have in our testing chart, we need to open and close it like 2,000 times, I think, and the spring to still, because like I said, there's an internal spring mechanism inside. Need to still bring it back perfectly and doesn't rattle. But just for the stability of the scooter, I think every review of the Pro say it's a fantastic kickstand.
Yeah, and for the City kickstand, it has been reinforced, so it is stronger and more robust now.
And the little pad to grab it with your foot is also bigger, so it's easier to
flip it down and up. So Tim, I think clarifying a rack for the front stem for door dashers could be awesome. I think we'll handle that with the seat though.
With the seat, the problem with the front stem like this compared to, let's say, a moped or whatever, a moped, you can fix it to the body of the moped and not the steering column. For the scooter, it would be on the steering. So every time you turn, you have all the things turning like this too.
That's true. Yeah.
It's not that great. So yeah, for the seat, like you said, it's going to handle this perfectly.
Right. And then, yeah, in terms of just attachments, we talked a little bit about like potentially a good way to put attachments on the stem of the scooter. It's something we're thinking about. I think, as we start to release more and more accessories, having a functional way to attach them to the scooter. I know that was a big thing with the bag when the CD22 launched. It's like, where do I put this bag? I think a byproduct of that is, us maybe not thinking that far ahead from a design perspective, and like how the scooter can be a platform for other things to attach onto it. But moving forward, that's definitely a consideration for us as well. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. We have some announcements to make for the winners of the Air 2021. I guess the campaign that we've got going on. So last week, Stephen Brown, congratulations. You have landed yourself an Air 2021. And this week, Shakita Fortune. So 2 Air 21s going to 2 very lucky, happy customers, hopefully. Yeah. And then I guess we'll take just one more comment here from Austin. You should consider wheel locks on the software that will keep the tires from moving back and forth. When I'm on the train, it's fallen several times, hoping the upgraded one will solve this. well, we do have the motor locks on the Pro. So you actually,
On all of them.
well, I guess on all of them. There you go. So yeah, I guess maybe you have to make sure that your scooter is parked.
In the lock, yeah.
Yeah, and locked.
Every scooter with dual motor, it's the two motors, the two wheels. If you have one motor, it's one wheel. But yeah, when you lock the scooter, that's exactly what's happening. The electromagnetic lock. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, Austin.
Yeah. But all right. In any case, a pleasure as always. Everyone excited to talk about some of the things we're working on. Hopefully, getting some of these orders that have been waiting for a while out as quickly as possible. We'll make sure that we're updating everyone and providing timelines by email. And hope everyone has a lovely Friday, a lovely weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye. Thanks, everyone.